Hello everyone, did you know that Mongolia once was a mighty empire spanning across the world? Proud of having the largest territory stretching from the coast of Japan to Eastern Europe? At the pinnacle of the Mongol Empire's power, it stretched an impressive 6,027 mile, 9,700 kilometers, covering a vast expanse of 9,266,000 square mile, 24 million square kilometers. Although its glorious days have faded into history, the people of Mongolia still carry a sense of pride and a hint of nostalgia when reminiscing about their past. In today's video, let's embark on a fascinating journey to explore Mongolia, a country with a rich tapestry of stories. Starting with geography, present-day Mongolia is a landlocked nation situated in the heart of Asia, holding the title of the world's largest landlocked country with an area of 603,864 square mile, 1,564,000 square kilometers. However, despite its vast land, the population is a mere 3.3 million, making it one of the most sparsely populated countries globally, with only 2 people per 0.39 square mile, 1 square kilometer. The majority of Mongolia's terrain is covered by the vast steppe, flanked by mountain ranges to the north and west, and the Gobi Desert to the south. Ulaanbaatar, the capital and largest city, is home to approximately half of the nation's population. The rest of the country remains incredibly sparse, with 30% of the population leading a nomadic lifestyle where, on average, one person tends to nearly 70 livestock. Delving into history, Mongolia's territory has witnessed the rule of various empires, including the Huns, Xiongnu, Gokturks, and many others. In 1206, at the zenith of the nomadic tribes on the steppe, Genghis Khan founded the Mongol Empire, expanding its dominion in all directions. Where the hooves of the Mongolian horse reach, no grass grows. Mongol armies reached as far as Poland, Hungary, and even the borders of the Holy Roman Empire, which is modern-day Germany. However, after Genghis Khan's death in 1227, the European campaign came to a halt as Mongol generals and royal family members returned to Mongolia for the selection of a new great Khan. Hence, Europe managed to avert the greatest catastrophe in history, as the empire began to fragment due to succession wars among Genghis Khan's descendants. In 1264, Kublai Khan successfully seized supreme power. Kublai Khan conquered China, annihilating the Southern Song dynasty, establishing the Yuan dynasty, marking the pinnacle of the Mongol Empire's prosperity. In 1294, Kublai Khan passed away, leading to the division of the Mongol Empire into 4 separate khanates, each pursuing its own interests and objectives. By 1368, the Ming dynasty defeated the Yuan dynasty, officially dissolving the Mongol Empire. The Mongols retreated to the Mongolian steppe and continued internal conflicts among their factions. In 1691, the Manchu defeated all Mongol tribes. While the ancestors of the Mongols during the time of Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan displayed remarkable talent, their descendants faced decline, leading Mongolia to centuries of subjugation and dependence. An intriguing example of this is the story of Triuman, a beautiful Mongolian princess who not only spared the life of Truong Voki, but also fell in love with him, contributing to the eventual downfall of the once mighty empire. Mongolia holds a unique position sandwiched between the Soviet Union and China, forced to choose one side. History has proven that no matter the choice, it came at a cost. However, aligning with Russia at least provided Mongolia with a period of rapid industrial and agricultural development in the past. In 1950, China provocatively referred to Mongolia as Outer Mongolia, while considering the territory lost during the Qing dynasty as Inner Mongolia, claiming it as their own. This historical narrative continues to shape Mongolia's complex relationship with its neighboring giants. The modern-day Mongolians now own trucks, use mobile phones, and even move their homes and livestock across the vast grasslands. Once proud rulers of the world, Mongolians still boast about one thing they haven't lost: their love for horse milk. While the rest of the civilized world measures dairy consumption in liters of cow's milk per capita, Mongolians use horse milk as a staple, a source of strength for their historically tall and mighty warriors. Horses dominate the grasslands, with each household having dozens to hundreds of them, along with sheep and goats. Their natural herding methods differ significantly from modern farms, and milking a mare is a distinct process from milking a cow. Mongolians revere horses for their sensitivity, unlike the indifferent nature of cows, ensuring the milk production is not just a mechanical process. In Mongolia, 3-year-old children are gifted a horse, and by the age of 6, they master riding skillfully. There's a saying among the Mongolian people. They say Mongolians learn to ride a horse before they learn to walk. Perhaps an exaggeration, but not without its essence. Horse milk serves as a base for beverages and brewing, making the horse an economic cornerstone, with cattle being a secondary consideration. Mongolian cattle once had thick fur resembling that of mastodons, but now they are facing a decline in genetic quality, leaving the Mongolian people saddened by the shortening of the cattle's fur. If the fur is not long, can it still be called cattle? Livestock for meat is a byproduct. The main products are the fur and skin. Mongolian wool is incredibly valuable, and the export of fur and leather remains a vital part of Mongolia's economy. Next to the horse, the golden eagle is the faithful and indispensable companion of the Mongolian people, as well as in their nomadic culture. The Mongolian golden eagle follows the footsteps of nomadic hunters across the steppe, hunting prey, embodying a characteristic image of Mongolia. Historical records indicate that Genghis Khan once had more than 5,000 eagle hunters in his close guard. Eagle hunting training is a traditional profession dating back to the 15th century, still regarded as a profession for the courageous in the Kazakh tribe. The ancient Kazakh people had a proverb, the swift horse. And the valiant eagles are the wings of the Kazakh people. Throughout 6,000 years of history, nurturing golden eagles for hunting has been passed down from generation to generation, a tradition of the Mongolian people. Typically, Mongolian eagle hunters will choose female eagles, as they are more skilled and aggressive hunters. Today, with the increase in livestock grazing on the steppe, hunting expeditions are not as frequent as before. However, hunters still greatly value and cherish their golden eagles. After 10 years of roaming together with their owners, they are released back into the wild. Rural residents also face an intractable issue of giving birth to and raising children. Being far from the town center, emergency care during abnormal childbirth is challenging. When a child reaches the age of 6, they must be sent to school. Typically, families lose an adult who takes the child to town, sets up a tent for 1-2 years, and only after that period can they comfortably send the child to a boarding school. Therefore, in towns, clusters of tents can often be seen, housing those who nurture children for education. As a result, due to poverty or traditional beliefs, simply being literate is often sufficient, and children do not pursue higher education. Interestingly, the sparse population in rural areas seems to contribute to a unique appreciation for individuals. Giving birth to a child is considered precious, and the origin of the child is less significant. Elders in the Mongolian community have customs such as offering the head of a goat or sheep to esteemed elderly guests. The head of the animal is highly esteemed, especially when it comes to goat or sheep meat. However, for young and middle-aged guests, the host might suggest that the host's daughter keep them warm throughout the night. The challenge here is whether these esteemed guests can endure the smell of sweat from those who consume sheep meat, drink mare's milk, and go without bathing for 3 weeks. Now let's shift our focus to Ulaanbaatar, the capital city of Mongolia, where nearly half of the country's population resides. Ulaanbaatar provides a stark contrast to the vast Mongolian steppes. Instead of endless grassy plains, the capital boasts a modern and bustling cityscape with high-rise buildings, modern architecture, and beautiful streets. In 2021, Mongolia's GDP was $14.2 billion, with a per capita GDP of $12,600. If you're a civil servant, you are immediately granted 0.99 hectares in the suburbs to build a guest house. On Friday evenings, a wave of cars leaves the capital for the outskirts. The city is deserted on Saturdays and Sundays, only to be populated again on Sunday evenings. Perhaps real estate is the most affordable in Mongolia. Mongolians are also environmentally conscious, particularly in preserving the steppe. Camping enthusiasts make sure to clean up and dispose of their waste at designated disposal sites. They believe that television serves a crucial purpose, to promote the cleanliness of the steppe. If environmental conservation efforts aren't promoted, the vast steppe could quickly turn into an enormous landfill. Mongolians have successfully prevented this from happening. A notable aspect is the difficulty Mongolian women in Ulaanbaatar face in finding husbands for two reasons. First, there is a lower ratio of men to women because many Mongolian men migrate for work to Russia and China. The majority of men who stay behind roam the steppe with livestock. Second, there is a quality issue. Mongolian women find it challenging to find suitors who meet their standards. Unlike nomadic families, modern urban families invest more in their daughters' education. Girls go to school while boys take care of livestock. Consequently, women excel in knowledge and earning potential. Regarding cuisine, Mongolian food is simple due to the scarcity of spices and vegetables. Despite the vast land, only 1% of the soil is suitable for cultivation. Meat, regardless of the animal, is chopped into large pieces, thrown into a pot, and cooked with random vegetables. Alternatively, a whole animal is grilled, and each person is given a knife to cut the part they want to eat. Although simple, it is hearty and enjoyable. Nowadays, supermarkets offer a variety of food products, and hotels and restaurants are abundant. The Tibetan Mastiff originates from the Mongolian dog. Mongolia is famous for its horses, but few are aware of the Mongolian dog and its unfortunate fate. Currently, every nomad living in Mongolia possesses a canine companion, specifically the Mongolian breed, renowned for its gentle disposition towards its owner, while exhibiting fierceness towards uninvited guests. In the past, even during Genghis Khan's invasion of Europe, there were regulations to bring Mongolian dogs along, ensuring none escaped the Mongolian borders. However, history took an ironic turn, and Mongolia, having conquered and ruled China, lost the original breed to the Chinese. In 1970, the Mongolian dog, or the Tibetan Mastiff, had only a few hundred left in the Mongolian territory, mostly in remote grasslands. The Chinese implemented a strategy to buy dogs at any cost, and despite the government's attempts, they could not retain them. At that time, Mongolia lagged behind in science and technology, so by the 1990s, the original Mongolian dog breed was lost. Today, the steppe dogs resemble Tibetan Mastiffs but are smaller and mixed. The destiny of the Mongolian dog mirrors the ebbs and flows of the Mongolian people themselves. In terms of military and politics, Mongolia's current army has around 30,000 soldiers, ranking 152nd globally. While Mongolia once had a significant navy and dominated the seas from Japan to Indonesia, it now only has 4 ships capable of going offshore, with a total of 7 sailors in the entire country. Among these ships, only one, named Sukbatar, is ready to face rough waves, but Mongolia lacks a coastline for the ship to sail on. Speaking of sailors, they are now given additional responsibilities due to a lack of tasks, mainly guiding tourists part-time if there are any. Surprisingly, of the 7 sailors dreaming of sailing into the open sea, only one can actually swim. This individual plays the role of a rescue swimmer in case of emergencies during tourist outings. This is truly a fascinating story. In terms of foreign relations, Mongolia traditionally focuses on its 2 large neighboring countries, Russia and China. Mongolia is economically dependent on these nations, with China receiving up to 90% of Mongolia's export value and contributing 60% to its foreign trade. Additionally, Russia supplies 90% of Mongolia's energy needs. During the first half of the 20th century, aligning with the Soviet Union was a successful choice for Mongolians, helping them achieve rapid development and avoid the risk of homogenization, especially if Mongolia were to become a province of China. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please share it. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.